It's the PVF in prime time on a Wednesday night just outside the Strip. Oh, do we have a good one for you? As the Vegas Thrill hosts the Indy Ignite, these teams meeting for the second time in a week. And tonight's broadcast brought to you by the Southern Nevada Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. And the Clark County Credit Union. Sign up today for a Vegas Thrill debit card. And with 15 matches to go in the 25 season, Orlando and Omaha have taken charge, but the winner of tonight's match will jump into the 3 spot as both teams head to Atlanta in a pivotal week here in the Pro Volleyball Federation as we welcome you courtside here in Lee's Family Forum alongside Victoria Dennis. I'm Daniel Gilman. So happy to be with you. And Victoria, 2 young, exciting teams. What's one thing you're looking for?
I'm looking for middle production for both Indy and the Thrill, specifically in transition. They're going to need a lock-in serve receive as well. It's hard to win on the road in the PVF, and we see that correlate all season long. As you can see here, the only team not struggling is Orlando. Indy needs to come out and try to create that momentum, specifically coming into the back half of season, trying to solidify that stamp into the championship. The Thrill, they're hungry for a win at home.
And we take a look at the Vegas starting lineup with 4 rookies and 4 All-Stars. The Thrill led all PVF teams in All-Stars 2 weeks ago in Indy. And exciting to see this matchup as Charity Looper will reunite with a pair of her Louisville teammates, Anna DeBeer and Elena Scott, a pair of rookies in the starting lineup with Lecator member Mena coming back from injury.
How fun for the veteran Louisville athletes, now rookies in the PVF. There's Anna DeBeer, who was at the helm of the Louisville roster, was on the national stage at the NCAA tournament. Coming back off of an ankle injury, the team really leans on her for a lot of points offensively.
And meanwhile, before member Mena was hurt, she was leading the PVF in scoring. Did not get to play in that home All-Star match, so she is ready to rear.
Outside hitter, Lecator member Mena stands up 5'8". Undersized outside hitter, but does not play like it. She gets her feet to the ball. She has volley IQ. She has vision. She's earned double-digit points in every match she's played in, besides the one that she was injured.
And we've got a pair of rookie coaches as well. The theme continues with Ramon Hernandez-Cruz. Got off to that hot start, Victoria, but they've lost 4 straight. What can Vegas do to turn things around as he matches up with George Pagsden, an Indy team that just beat Vegas a week ago?
Well, they're going to have to try and find that consistent momentum on their half of the court. We've seen the Thrill mix up their starting lineup quite a bit this season, but coming into the back half, they really need to lock in. They're leaning on their rookies. We saw Jardine in the starting lineup. She has a whip of an arm. Look for Glass Childress to find her in transition.
There's 3 rookies in that image, and here is Anna DeBeer making just her 2nd start, the 2nd overall pick for the Indy Ignite in this past draft. Now that horrific injury in the national semifinals against Pitt makes her return to the spotlight. As Mary Schroll, the libero, with a good pass. We will see both teams start to utilize the back row, something both coaches focused on. As the rookie, Morgan Stout, makes her 2nd ever start and gets us off to a bang.
Childress must have heard her open because she established the middles right off the bat. Stout is so dynamic, especially off of 1 foot running behind.
So Stout, the freshman out of Wichita State, 5th round pick. 3rd in the league in kill percentage, as we see member Mena's first touch. Now to Hannah Maddox. Maddox now 5 kills away from 400.
Maddox continues to be a standout athlete in the PVF. She's come so far since her rookie year last season, has really locked in her offense.
So Vegas at 7-6, but they're 5-2 at home. We'll talk about road woes. Indy 1-5 away from Fishers as Lecator member Mena makes her return. And you mentioned just 5'8". What does she do so well to elevate?
Well, she has a strong step close. You have to get your feet to the apex of that volleyball using all reach hand to ball.
In comes another rookie in Lydia Martin out of Oklahoma. Martin has taken that 2nd middle job as we've got a pair of youthful teams here tonight. There's a Johnny Teeler, has certainly taken the PVF by storm with her scoring. Good dig there by Martin. A free ball opportunity as Childress finds Oglad and the All-Star out of Henderson. makes it 3-1.
The hometown favorite, Oblad, stays dynamic in the middle. Watch as she gets on her route off of 1 foot, going high hand-to-ball contact.
You know, Victoria, we talked to Coach Ramon about the middle production and a little bit of a lacking area for both of these teams. So keep an eye on it here tonight as Teeler cross court, the right side out of Kentucky.
Teeler is nothing but steady on the right side. Standing at 5'9", she also has to use all of her height when she goes up and attacks the block. She's had 3 double-doubles on the season already.
Had a quiet season for Orlando last year, but Teeler, an all-star, had 10 kills in that all-star match as Sydney Hilly, last year's PVF championship MVP, skies with CeCe Crawford.
Hilly, the quarterback for Indy, is also a defensive threat. Watch as she steps inside to the line of attack of her attacker out in front, pressing straight across.
First look for the rookie Jardine, who had a tremendous debut here. Vegas had that month of January with all those reverse sweeps as DeBeer is pancaked by Childress. Remember, Coach Pageant had to challenge in that moment, so he cannot challenge that call anymore, but it won't matter as Member Mena goes line.
Member Mena given that one-on-one opportunity in a transition play and executes. Watch as that ball might have been up. Childress, she sold it. There was a backspin coming up off that dig, but Teeler was, Member Mena, able to put that away.
So many options for this new expansion team as the kill generated off the right side. And well, when you're in the midst of a skid, Victoria, what's one way to really shake yourself out of it?
Well, I think just lock in 1 point at a time and really try and breathe through every play, every point.
That block attempt just out. Remember, no line judges. We have the Bolt 6 technology as Hannah Maddox with the top spin serve goes long. And Maddox has been someone that has had a bit of a roller coaster season after last year's breakout campaign.
And she had to earn her spot. Coach was not just going to give it to her. She had to come out, had to prove it in practice, and she's proved it on the court, closing into now 400 kills on the season.
Remember, Mena returns the favor. So even at 5, here's how close it was. I have a feeling we might have a few more close calls. There's Oblad to serve to Elena Scott, who took the libero jersey 4 matches ago from former Thrill Kylie Murr. And look at Scott. Coach Pageant told us she's the best bro he's ever seen play. Certainly do it in all facets of the game. As a free opportunity out of system to Looper, handled by Teeler, and it's Looper's teammate from a season ago, Anna DeBeer, making her first mark.
Teeler playing right back defense earned that point for Ignite. She was disciplined and stopped on defense, extending forward and through that ball.
Anna DeBeer, a 4-time All-American, had a couple key kills last week in the Sunday loss to Omaha. Was able to extend the 3rd set as Morgan Stout into the net. But both teams are coming off of 3-set losses, both of them on Sunday. So 3-match weeks for both of these teams really shows how tough the PVF can be.
Every time you step on the court, you have to play, and it doesn't matter who's across the net or what arena you're in. You have to come to battle every single time you step out on the court.
Beautiful dig by Teeler. Childress has many options. She'll find Looper. It's blocked in by Hilly. That's her second stuff.
Hilly doing a great job of getting all the way out to the antenna with her crossover step and finishing her right hand back into the court.
Another look as Hilly leads the PVF in assists. Childress is second. So we've got the 2 starting setters from the All-Star match. Looper down the seam, no touch, and it's long. So Indy on a run now, up by 4, as Vegas may want a timeout. Here's a look at how close that was.
Looper trying to find that high 5-6 seam.
That's exactly what Coach Hernandez-Cruz is going to do. He wants a timeout to talk things over in the midst of this 4-0 run. We're going to take a break with the Ignite off to an early start. This broadcast brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. As Ramon Hernandez Cruz looking to snap this 4-game losing skid, uses an early timeout here in Henderson as Caroline Crawford, starting middle out of Wisconsin, 4th in the conference. Jardine picked up by Crawford. I was just about to talk about her defensive abilities, but Looper on the joust able to get a kill off the tool.
Jardine doing a great job of going thumbs down on the right side, creating that overpass opportunity for Looper.
For those new to the league, Sydney Hilly came off the bench in the PVF semifinals to help lead Omaha to that championship a season ago, and what an addition from Indy to grab her in free agency. Of course, the Ignite, the only team that was new this season, had to compile an entire roster. As Maddox out of the back row, overpassed and terminated by Stout.
Stout patrolling the net, strong and true, taking advantage of an unforced error on the sides of Ignite, giving this momentum play for the Thrill. Watches Stout, gets all the way up and snaps down on that ball.
Stout has earned the reps, surpassing Lane Van Buskirk in the starting lineup here tonight. Hilly out to Teeler, and that is ruled down as Ajani Teeler has her 2nd kill.
Teeler taking advantage of the seam in the block of the Thrill. She was able to see it out in front and attack high and hard. Maddox has to stop inside if she wants to block that ball.
Back to De Beer's rotation, as this is around the antenna and an ace for Anna De Beer. That's her first ace, and Coach Padgett is loving it.
De Beer serving that ball line to line, trying to take Maddox out of that serve-receive position as Maddox is front row.
I think Maddox might have saved De Beer, so we'll see if she'll target that left side again. Instead, a cross-court service error. So 12-8 is the score here early in the first set. And we have seen Vegas this season really work their way into matches. They don't always start the quickest.
Right, and we might see that here this evening. And that's probably because of the different lineup changes, trying to rep it out in practice as much as you can. But until you're under the hot spotlight, you don't know what's going to happen. So the Thrill have been known to try and work into the matches 1 point at a time.
It's back in the front row for Crawford. Lydia Martin serves. As Jardine out of the back row. The block touches from Indy have been secure so far. There's an overpass, saved by Jardine. On a platter for Maddox, but it misses wide. So Vegas shooting themselves in the foot a ton here early, and it's a 6-point lead for Indy.
Too many unforced errors on the side of the Thrill is giving the advantage right now to Indy. Indy doing a pretty good job at the service line with their pressure.
This time Maddox lets it go wide. And look at the Ignite, a team that is 2nd across the board in hitting and offensive production, but the one thing Vegas can equalize are the blocking numbers. 15 blocks last week for Vegas in Indy.
That's something that Coach Ramon Hernandez Cruz solidified in our talk at the beginning of the season, that the Thrill, they needed to be better at blocking. They've repped it out in the practice gym, and they've been able to carry it over here in the middle of the season quite a bit, but they really want to keep focusing on that disciplined block.
There's another look at Lecator member Mena's 3rd kill as a tight set. Berkeley Oblad was ready for it.
Oblad was up on setter ball contact, creating the opportunity for herself on the gap set. Watch, she's able to find that seam in the block of Indy. Perfect set location from Childress.
Maddox able to target the serve, handled by Scott. And then on a no-touch, Crawford's swing is long, and Vegas finally able to avoid a side out, as we will have a quick challenge coming. The first Indy challenge of the night, and we look at Hannah's stats this season. It certainly feels like the Thrill are carried whether Maddox has a good match or not.
I think that's a strong opinion, but it takes a village, right? And Maddox is just one of the pieces in that village. It always helps to have outside production, and when she's hot, but I think having Jardine, I think having Oblad, we just saw Oblad be able to get on her run. And they have depth on the bench for the Thrill as well. So I think if Maddox is able to try and find that rhythm here on the outside pin to try and put 1 to 2 more balls away, of course that'll help.
The challenge is whether there was a touch. Here's our look. And the call is confirmed, so Indy loses the challenge. Vegas pulls within 4. Another service error plagues the hosts, so 16-11 the score. So we're gonna go to break here at 16-11 in the first set. Coming up on March 30th, the Vegas Thrill will play host to the San Diego Mojo on Military Appreciation Night. Be sure to grab your tickets now at vegasthrill.com. Meanwhile, here tonight is a very special night, Women in Sports Night. We had an honoree before the match, and throughout this entire night, we're gonna have different women that have had major impacts around the country in sports, and of course, everyone watches women's sports.
Oh, of course, and the numbers are in direct correlation with that, coming off of the PVF All-Star game on CBS Sports. Not to brag, but our ratings were better than the MLS game and the 2 men's ACC basketball games. We had over 455,000 people tuning in for the PVF sold-out All-Star match.
It was a big deal, the first volleyball match on CBS ever, as Indy has just had to keep their hands out of the way. The attack errors have piled up for Vegas here in this first set. Remember, Mena will serve from deep. Out to Jardine, and once again, another attack error from Vegas, and they are not quite close either, looking for the high hands.
Vegas knows that Indy has a disciplined block, so they're trying to go up and around and over it, but they have to be able to find the happy medium. If you don't have a green light swing, find your yellow light swing, maybe a 70% hand-to-ball contact placement, not power, if you see it direct the block out in front. Thrill are challenging block touch.
So it also works as a bit of a timeout here early, as Vegas hitting 0 with 7 kills and 7 errors. Just 1 error offensively for Indy. They have played a clean start to this match, trying to get an elusive road win with the Ignite 1-5 away from home. Vegas fell in 3 against Grand Rapids here at home on Sunday. And they will kickstart another lengthy road trip at 4 a.m. tomorrow as the buses leave in a flight to Atlanta for an important Friday night matchup. That's a 4 o'clock Pacific time start Friday for Vegas and Atlanta, a team that the Thrill have not been able to beat in the 2 seasons. Meanwhile, Nikki Cathell, our R1, is ready for a decision.
I'm not seeing a block touch on this replay.
That was it. Or a net touch, and so neither of them come up.
The Thrill currently batting 0, Ignite hitting .333. Being pretty steady in a first ball side out. Ignite has Hilly in the front row running the offense, so watch for Indy to spread that offense pin to pin.
Vegas makes a defensive substitution as the veteran Allison Mayfield comes in and serve receive. Schroll, a little off the mark, saved though. An opportunity for Oblad. To Beer. Good pickup by Scott. She has been perfect so far on the back row. And speaking of back row attacks, Member Mena now with 4 kills.
Member Mena continuing to be steady offensively in the back row. Watch as she's able to barrage up into the apex of that volleyball, attacking high hands on the side of the Thrill.
Indy off to a ferocious start. And their only errors have really come at the service line. It's 19-12.
This is where the Thrill have to be able to lock in 1 point at a time. Can they earn in transition?
To Beer, picked up by Oblad. Love a middle dig. Free ball opportunity. It's targeted towards Maddox. How about Scott reading that trigger of Stout, but the first block of the night for Vegas comes at a big time.
The rookie Jardine out of Utah clamping down on this ball. Watch as she's able to get full extension using that right hand, pressing back into the court because her right shoulder and hip finish inside.
Now a good serve creates an overpass. Vegas looking to go on a run. Back to Member Mena. And that is going to be called a net violation on Stout's first touch. So Member Mena right back to where she started her season, cruising her way to a 5-kill set.
It's her 3rd year playing professionally, native out of St. Louis, Missouri. Played at Pittsburgh and University of Missouri.
Stout misses wide and long, and back to Member Mena. There's no doubt that Indy had a couple heists in the offseason, and getting her from Atlanta was certainly one of the top ones.
Oh, absolutely. And before that, she played 2 years professionally in Italy at Atlanta last season. She put up 156 kills, 177 digs. That's pretty impressive.
Timeout by Vegas. Their second and final one in this set. Just when the Thrill started to go on a little run, Indy was able to put an end to it as the Ignite head to Atlanta on Sunday. Both of these teams really needing a win here tonight, but it has been Indy that have come out a little bit hungrier thus far. So as we look at the finish to this set, moving into the second, Victoria, what are some of your keys?
Well, I think solidified serve receive on the side of the Thrill. That has really been needed the last few ball games for them to have a steady offense, to have a spread in system offense. Right now, Ignite is able to earn a first ball side out and also put points away in transition.
Morgan Stout got off to a hot start. She leads the Thrill with those 2 kills, along with Oblad. So the middles have been all the production as serve receive breaks down yet again, and the Ignite have extended it to their largest lead of 9 on that Crawford ace.
Something to help when passing in serve receive is try to think attack the ball. Don't wait for the ball to get to you and then make your move. Attack the ball like a defensive move with your shoulders down and platform out in front for a first ball side out just like that. Feed your middle. Stout up and ready to go. The rookie out of Wichita State. When she gets going, she is lethal. A one-on-one opportunity because of that first ball controlled contact.
5th service error from Vegas, though. They have given away points left and right as the middles have accounted for 5 of the 8 kills here in this first set. And Indy 2 points away from taking us to the second. Slide coming for Stout. She's got a 4th kill.
Stout so steady off of 1 foot behind. Childress doing a great job of spreading that offense. Watch as Stout goes from the left to the right side of the court, keeping the ball out in front of her attacking shoulder, giving her that opportunity to hit high line. Stout hitting 250 on the game.
Now an overpass is missed by Maddox. And if that's not an encapsulation of this set, Vegas is ready for the second.
How you respond after an unforced error is everything. You have to show the maturity. You have to lock in next point, next play.
It's the 14th error for the Thrill. Narrowly avoiding a 15th. But Teeler puts a close to a dominant first set as the Ignite come into Vegas, dash away with this opening set, 25-15. So they will switch sides, make adjustments. We'll be right back on a Wednesday night here in Vegas.
Lights, it's up. The Indy Ignite are taking over with nonstop action, athleticism, and an experience you will never forget. Indiana's first ever professional women's volleyball team is lighting up the Fishers Event Center this season. Tickets are on sale now and going fast. Join the fan firestorm in supporting these unbelievable female athletes and creating memories you won't forget. Get your tickets at indyignitevb.com today.
From club or high school courts to championship arenas, Spalding has been the trusted partner of volleyball players for generations. Our team of dedicated professionals isn't just about selling equipment, we're about supporting your journey. Spalding offers a comprehensive range of high-performance systems, nets, and accessories meticulously crafted for every skill level, budget, and playing style. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, Spalding's knowledgeable staff will guide you, equip you, and cheer you on every step of the way.
From your favorite athletes to your favorite music, listen to everything you love and so much more with the free iHeartRadio app. From live play-by-play to your favorite game day anthems and the biggest sports podcasts in the world, the iHeartRadio app lets you take it all with you and stay connected to your favorite team wherever you go. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
When I hear it coming up like that, I just know that things are gonna end bad. La 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 la, I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it. La 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 la, I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it. La 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 la.
Pro Volleyball Federation Season 2. Tickets available now.
Tonight's match is brought to you by Clark County Credit Union. Sign up today for a Vegas Thrill debit card. Clark County Credit Union, the official credit union of the Thrill. As Indy, very happy with that opening set. We take a look at our stats presented by the Nevada Army National Guard, proud supporters of the Vegas Thrill. And what stands out to you the most when you have a set that you kind of want to throw away if you're Vegas?
Well, Vegas had both of their outsides batting negative. You need to up that just a bit. Indy was calm, cool, and collected. They just did their job. It wasn't anything too flashy, but they just took care of business. They identified yellow light swings, and remember, Mena at the helm of that offense right now, number 7 for Indy, batting .500 on the ball game, 4 kills on 8 attempts, 0 errors, just bringing nothing but calm, cool, and collected, veteran stature. Not to mention, she led Pittsburgh to the first NCAA Final Four appearance for a women's team in school history.
Off and running with this second set as Lydia Martin gets her first kill on her first swing, as the rookie out of South Carolina went to Oklahoma and Liberty, and she has earned that starting spot over Blake Moeller.
The all-SEC athlete gets up and available with a high hand-to-ball contact.
Out of system, Maddox. She's got a little glint in her eye looking for a big second set.
You have to be able to score in out-of-system opportunities at this level of volleyball. Maddox, that's one of the new tools in her tool belt from last season. She's able to do that at a higher clip.
Takes advantage of Crawford there in the middle, as now an overpass put away by Maddox. She's got 3 kills.
Point scoring is contagious right now. Maddox is leaning on that momentum, trying to get a couple more going on the side of the throw. Maddox taking care of that overpass.
2-1 lead, another overpass, and another kill for Hannah Maddox.
It starts at the service line. Oblad with the assist at the end line for the thrill, has a steady hand-to-ball contact when she's serving. Using that stature, that ball is going down across the net.
This time targeted towards Hilly, and that perfect first contact lines up member Mena. How important is that first touch?
A controlled first ball contact is everything. It allows your offense to be ran at such a high clip. It allows your attackers to have one-on-one opportunities. Member Mena taking advantage.
So Johnny Teeler to serve, national champion with Kentucky in that COVID season. A few national champions on Indy's side. Hilly won with Wisconsin. Of course, a couple Penn Staters on Vegas. As a lengthy rally pushes it towards Teeler. What a dig from the Arizona State bro. And it's put down by Stout, who's having a terrific night.
Stout on that gap set, gets up, ready and available. She is a worker horse, and in transition is where she's going to find success, especially with Childress.
Stout 3rd in the league in hitting percentage. And now an ace for Jardine, her second.
Jardine has consistent hand-to-ball contact. She was finding the back 6 inches of the court. If you're able to paint that ace, good things are gonna happen.
Remember, we have 22 cameras representing the Bolt 6 technology, as now Childress, the veteran, with a block, and it's 6-2.
The Thrill are earning real points on their side, meaning that they're not waiting for Indy to make unforced errors, but they're putting the ball away themselves.
Big topspin serve from Jardine. Couple service runs have aided the Thrill, as Schroll has been all over the place defensively, as Maddox's swing unable to generate a touch, and we've got a quick review coming as Vegas uses their second challenge. Our head referee, Nikki Cathell, just one referee on the court this season. Devaney McClarty is working down at the scorer's table as the second referee to help with these quick challenges. Each coach gets 2 challenges per set. You win and you keep it, and you have to use that challenge within 7 seconds of the play that you want challenged. So Coach Ramon Cruz trying to ignite this Vegas team.
That's the right swing from Maddox, trying to go high hands, just missing. No block touch for Maddox. But Maddox has eclipsed now this ball game, 400 career kills in the PVF. She didn't need that one to do it. She has 4 kills on the ball game, and now that's 400 career kills.
Outside to Maddox, and there's a 5th. Hannah Maddox with 4 kills in this set.
Maddox racking them up on the pin, going high hands. Watch as she steps close into that block. That's the last swing she took. She wanted that high hands and double down.
So now Maddox will serve. Creates an overpass for Mayfield, but it's picked up by Crawford. How about Schroll? She's had a terrific set. And DeBeer able to tool the block And Victoria, we came into this really excited about these undersized pin hitters, and certainly something that the young athletes can look up to, with DeBeer and Member Mena both under 6 foot.
It's pretty impressive because DeBeer, coming off that injury, we know she's a big-time athlete at the helm of Louisville. But it doesn't matter. She has the volley IQ, and she jumps and is able to unleash on that volleyball.
Oh, and the overpass terminated by Martin. And for those curious, we did ask, Lydia Martin wears a collar on her neck. She had 5 concussions when she was younger, wears a Q collar that helps restrain her neck movement. Really interesting.
Yeah, helps push the blood and help prevents concussions.
Outside to Mayfield. Soft ball back to Member Mena. Schroll with good communication, but it's an overpass, and Martin is there as Indy creeps back to within 1.
Indy chipping away. It's so important for the Thrill here to earn that first ball side out. Veteran Allison Mayfield in area 5 as the front row outside for the Thrill.
In system now for Childress. Down the line for Stout. How about 6 early kills for the rookie Morgan Stout?
When Stout gets going, good things happen. Versus Orlando, she had 10 kills and hit 7-10 on the ball game. This is how she does it. She has range, tooling high hands, as we just saw there.
Short serve for Stout. Back row to Teeler, and that comes in so quick. The whipping action beats Maddox in back middle.
Teeler out of the University of Kentucky has been nothing but steady all season long, averaging 3.38 kills per set. The all-SEC section athlete dominating in the PVF.
Outside to Mayfield, and the veteran able to tool the block. That is what you call a high IQ swing.
It sure is, and let me tell you, when I played against Mayfield in Peru, it was a time and a half. It was so hard to defend her because she just has every single tool, and she will carve up any block in front of her.
17 years between Childress and Mayfield of professional volleyball as Oblad crosses the plane on that tight first touch. Meanwhile, Anna DeBeer finally 100%, just about, says Coach Padgett. Still wears a bit of a brace on that right ankle, but she is certainly able to launch after suffering the sprained ankle in the national semifinal against Pitt at home. Seeing Louisville still win that match. There's a terrific dig from Scott. Sets up Member Mena, who's roofed by Jardine.
What a play by the rookie Jardine, closing in on Member Mena. Watches Jardine is able to get a big crossover step. It's an out-of-system play, so she took half a beat, waited, saw the apex, and then clamped down.
Hilly so terrific at the net, able to redirect that tight first ball out to Teeler.
Teeler has such a quick arm. As soon as she's in the air, she's unleashing on that volleyball. There's no delay in her arm swing, and that's why she's able to attack the ball so fast.
Meanwhile, the former Michigan Wolverine, Carly Scott, will come in to serve. Scott serving for Martin. Played for Orlando last season, and she's got another ace. Her second career ace. Carly Scott's loving it.
Scott is a AVP athlete on the sand as well, and has that versatility, bringing it on the indoor court.
And a fun fact, the Simon Scott Assembly Hall, the famous basketball arena in Bloomington, named after her relative, as Oblad able to finally get her off the service line, keep the Thrill on top in a set that they have not trailed in.
Childress and Oblad have such a great connection. They are always on point. Oblad is up and available.
Oblad with 3 kills in the All-Star match 2 weeks ago. As Maddox, an All-Star as well. She had 4 kills in that match, and there is a big number 400 for Hannah Maddox here. Match was won by the Shondell team. Dave Shondell, the Purdue head coach. His brother John is on the coaching staff for Indy. As Maddox collides with the stanchion on that swing. Quickly testing it out. Always dangerous when you get over there. Oh, what a terrific support base here in Henderson. Gives you goosebumps.
I just got goosebumps right now. The fan base is something special here in Vegas. Maddox, tough as nails, being able to come off of that awkward landing. We never want to see an athlete go down.
Yeah, she's gonna
Maddox breathing through it and locking it in.
Certainly surprising to see her stay in, but shows her grit as the target on the serve. An unforgiving sport this is. Out to member Mena. This is another block. Stout and Jardine give Vegas a 2-point edge.
What a way to answer back for the Thrill. Stout using her vision to block this volleyball, closing the block all the way outside and pressing her hands fast across that tape.
After an errorless first set, Indy's starting to calculate a few as Jardine has her second ace of the night.
The Thrill have to continue to serve aggressive at the end line to try and get the disciplined offense of Ignite out of system.
Targeting member Mena. An overpass that is as good as an ace. Morgan Stout on her way to a career high. She's got 7 kills.
Jardine is so steady at the service line because of her toss. With a consistent toss, it allows your hand-to-ball contact to be the same every time. Until I talk about it and jinx you.
15-12, a great service run nevertheless, as member Mena back to serve. Now Lecator, who hails from St. Louis, did not have an error in that first set. She's been blocked 3 times here in the second set, so adjustments have been made from the Thrill's blocking. Maddox down the line, gives Stout an opportunity, but Hilly reads it. Teeler into the net, and the Thrill extend the lead to 4 as the fans are starting to provide an impact into a timeout here in the second set between a pair of 7 and 6 teams hungry for a victory. We'll step away, come back in a few. The best way to enjoy a Vegas Thrill match is in the party zone at Lee's Family Forum. Make sure to rent it out today by calling 725-251-5413. Enjoy and join the ride. As the former head coach, the LSU legend, and now Vegas Thrill GM Fran Flory was honored there during the break on this Women's in Sports night alongside Cadence, the Catamount, our new mascot here in Vegas.
Fran Flory, a Hall of Famer, LSU royalty.
Meanwhile, look at that tough fall by Maddox. But she has gritted through it, stayed in the starting lineup, and passed a milestone with her 400th career kill earlier in the set. As Vegas looking to keep momentum following a timeout. Always the hardest thing to do in volleyball. Sometimes they call that a coach service error.
Coach's timeout, forcing that one.
Yep. However, the service error is starting to calculate. That's the 8th for Vegas. CC Crawford started her career at Kansas, won a championship with Wisconsin, and she's targeted in the left back by Mayfield.
Mayfield does such a great job of just staying steady. She is so even-keeled, giving her the opportunity to consistently see the block out in front, see the defenders out in front, and she'll just carve you up.
Stout on a deep serve. Vegas has taken advantage of Member Mena and serve-receive this set. Free chance, and the slide is blocked. De Beer, even with a hurt ankle, able to get up for the rejection.
De Beer read her scouting report. She knows that the Thrill love to find Oblad running behind in this rotation. Locked in, was able to press back into the court.
Off the tape from Hilly, 17-14. As Maddox gets a hometown bounce off the net.
Thrill have to utilize that back row attack, especially trying to find that first ball side out. Maddox sped up her step close there, giving her that opportunity to just squeak it through the block.
Alicia Childress on pace to break the single-season assist record, but as is Hilly on the other side. Two of the best setters in the country dueling here tonight. Free ball for Childress, out to Mayfield on the deception through Oblad.
Mayfield, the veteran out of Kansas. She's played 9 years professionally, and she is showing it here. She earned a double-double this season against Omaha, 18 kills, 10 digs. This is exactly how she does it. Watch as she just is so steady with her hand-to-ball contact. Her shoulders are consistent every single time, giving Mayfield that opportunity.
Timeout called by Indy. We'll step away as the Thrill 6 points away from evening it. The Ahern Hotel, a luxury hotel with no resort or parking fees. As Hannah Maddox has had a ferocious second set. Victoria Dennis, Daniel Gilman, so happy to be with you. And we mentioned it, Maddox struggled in the first set, had a few overpasses missed. She has come out like a pro here in the second.
It's how you respond at the end of the day. Are you able to lock it in on your side and work through a couple plays? Some fans in the stand there.
Yeah, there's the Raiders quarterback,
Yep.
Aiden O'Connell, who's married to the former Boilermaker there on the near side, and J.L. Johnson, who has come out to see volleyball here in their new hometown. You never know who's going to be here courtside. There's a lot of Big Ten flavor in this matchup here tonight.
Especially in Vegas.
Childress to serve at 19-14. Looking to even things through two as Teeler has been quiet this set. She picks up her 6th kill tonight.
Teeler doing a great job of going thumbs down on that block, utilizing another opportunity on her side.
So 5 kills for Member Mena, 6 for Teeler, as the Thrill are 5 points away from evening things into intermission. And there is no doubt the momentum shifted when Allison Mayfield came off the bench, provided stability for this team.
She's steady. She's steady in the back row, in the front row. She's a great passer and defender, playing middle back right now.
Back to Teeler. And she will go down the line. Ajani Teeler, she's 5th in the PVF in kills per set, 3rd in blocks per set. That's a sneaky dark horse for an MVP candidate.
It sure is, not to mention kill percentage. She's currently ranked 4th.
Out to Jardine. Deep corner, and she calls her shot, 21-16.
Jardine step closing to the apex of that volleyball. You can see her last 2 steps go out to the antenna to give her that opportunity to finish high and through.
Morgan Stout in the front row. This has been the best scoring rotation for Vegas. And a block to boot from Maddox.
Blocking was one of the keys the Thrill needed to lock in, and that's how you're going to create momentum in the back half of this PVF season.
And that'll force the final Indy timeout of this set as Coach Padgett wants to talk things over. George Padgett, who has been one of the quietest coaches to really rise in the ranks. He spent 21 years as the assistant coach of the D2 powerhouse Concordia University in St. Paul, Minnesota, where he won 9 national championships.
Pretty impressive.
What a job to recruit this team as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And then coming into the PVF and just has really done a great job with Indy Ignite. And when you're able to get the rookies that he did, it's some good volleyball locking in. Scott and DeBeer, both out of Louisville. How fun is it to play with your teammate that you were just in a national championship match with and then get drafted in the Pro League on home soil? Very exciting things, especially for the Indy Ignite.
And he put together a local coaching staff. Quite opposite over on the Vegas side. They brought the international Puerto Rican flavor with Raul Papaleo, childhood friend of Ramon Hernandez Cruz. Melanie Nua, the second-year head coach, assistant coach for the Thrill. So certainly 2 differing styles, a very homegrown American coaching staff on the Indy side with John Shondell, the longtime Purdue coach, Brett Agnew, the Indiana assistant. In Vegas, with that Puerto Rican coach of the year out of the LVSM in Ramon Hernandez Cruz. 22-16 here in the second. Crawford set right back by Jardine. And a pancake dig by Oblad. Out to Member Mena, and she will just launch it off the dome. Member Mena has her 6th kill.
Indy doing a great job of just staying steady during the long rallies, calm in the chaos. Watch as Member Mena is able, what a dig on your screen by Oblad playing that left back defense as a middle, but right now Indy Ignite are staying calm in the chaos.
Picked up by DeBeer. Out to Lecator. She spent last year with the regular season champs Atlanta. Member Mena had an injury in the PVF semifinals. Certainly cost the vibe. Slide for Crawford. Oh, it's picked up by Childress. Jardine, handle again. Alicia, what can't she do? Oh, Maddox. There was a net violation there, and it's called against Jardine to end what was a terrific point.
What grit on the side of the Thrill, being able to get in there and cover. But one thing that Indy came into this ball game wanting to do was add a system blocking, and that's exactly what they did that last rally, using their eyes to be disciplined.
Vegas wants this point, and it's on point for Maddox.
Way to respond by Maddox, step closing into the seam of that block. Great pass to give her that one-on-one opportunity, bringing Jardine to the service line. Right now, the Thrill have a front row setter.
The South Alabama standout in her 2nd season, Maddox, showing what she can do here in this set with 6 kills as Crawford on the first ball side out keeps Indy involved, down by 4.
Crawford, known as CC, is the birthday girl in the house this evening and earning that point.
23-19, a pivotal moment here for Indy. How about the cut shot? Maddox with her 7th kill of the set.
Great vision and yellow light opportunity swing. Maddox going calm, cool, and collected. Thumbs down on that volleyball.
5 set points for Maddox in the thrill. Overpass, put away! Stout and Maddox leading Vegas into the intermission.
The Thrill needed to create opportunities on their side of the net, and that's exactly what they did. It started at the service line, giving their block the disciplined opportunity to create momentum points.
We're gonna chat now with Vegas's head coach, Ramon Hernandez-Cruz. Following a tremendous set. And coach, after that first set for Hannah, kind of seeing her work her way through some issues, what did you see from her going from the first set to the second in her mentality?
I think we did a really good job helping Hannah with Allison and Mary. They passed the whole court pretty much. You know, we are trying to let Hannah hit the ball instead of passing, because we know opponents are going to serve Hannah, but we have to help her a little bit more.
You talked about disciplined blocking coming into this ball game. What has been the difference for you defensively to earn that second set?
I think, yeah, we're serving tough. Hannah and Jordine are serving really tough, and that's giving us great opportunities on the net and defensively as well. But everything starts with our serve. I think we're putting a lot of pressure on Indy, and it's giving us a better opportunity to block and play defense.
Thank you so much, Coach.
Thank you.
4-time Coach of the Year of the Men's Superior Volleyball League in Puerto Rico. And what an adjustment made after that first set. We are headed to the third, even at 1 apiece on a terrific set. The versatility and the grit shown by Hannah Maddox. We'll be right back.
Lights, it's up! The Indy Ignite are taking over with nonstop action, athleticism, and an experience you will never forget. Indiana's first ever professional women's volleyball team is lighting up the Fishers Event Center this season. Tickets are on sale now and going fast. Join the fan firestorm in supporting these unbelievable female athletes and creating memories you won't forget. Get your tickets at IndyIgniteVB.com today.
From your favorite athletes to your favorite music, listen to everything you love and so much more with the free iHeartRadio app. From live play-by-play to your favorite game day anthems and the biggest sports podcasts in the world, the iHeartRadio app lets you take it all with you and stay connected to your favorite team wherever you go. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
When I hear it coming up like that, I just know that things are gonna end bad. La 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 la. I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it. La 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 la. I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it. La 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 la.
Pro Volleyball Federation Season 2. Tickets available now.
Lights, it's up! The Indy Ignite are taking over with nonstop action, athleticism, and an experience you will never forget. Indiana's first ever professional women's volleyball team is lighting up the Fishers Event Center this season. Tickets are on sale now and going fast. Join the fan firestorm in supporting these unbelievable female athletes and creating memories you won't forget. Get your tickets at IndyIgniteVB.com today.
NCAA women's volleyball has never been more electrifying. The action is non-stop. The energy is explosive. Experience the intensity live. Sign up for pre-sale news and more at ncaa.com/volleyball.
Back here on Women's in Sports Night here in the Lees Family Forum alongside Victoria Dennis. I'm Daniel Gilman. Tonight's match is brought to you by Clark County Credit Union. Sign up today for a Vegas Thrill debit card. Clark County Credit Union, the official credit union of the Vegas Thrill. And well, Victoria, we have had a tale of two sets. The first set, Vegas hit 0. They came back in the second set, committed just 6 errors with 17 kills.
And Maddox was at the helm of that. She's really made a difference, specifically out of system. The Thrill were able to find point scoring on second ball opportunities, meaning that it's not a 3-in-system pass, it's a 2-in-system pass. And that's where they were able to really solidify, as well as earning 5 blocks to their name. It's Maddox and Stout that are really standing out to me this ball game.
Stats brought to you by the Nevada Army National Guard. And well, for those that missed it, Hannah Maddox had a tough first set, hit negative. Then she had a bit of an ankle injury in the second set. But Victoria, if anything, that ignited her more.
It really did. She's fired up and she's coming in. Point scoring is her name. Currently 5th in the PVF in total point scoring. Stout has been dynamic offensively and defensively. She's getting up in transition. Stout is an absolute worker horse and creates opportunity on the Thrill side of the net. Watch as the rookie runs behind her routes, gets in front of Alicia, and is just dynamic off of 1 foot. Stout, as a rookie, is 2nd in kill percentage in the league and 3rd in hitting percentage.
2 kills away from matching a career high. She set that at Orlando earlier in the season. And so it's been a 2-headed monster, of course, guided by the all-star in Alicia Childress. We are gonna step away as we are set for the 3rd set. An important night here. Women in sports getting honored left and right.
Lights, it's up! The Indy Ignite are taking over with nonstop action, athleticism, and an experience you will never forget. Indiana's first ever professional women's volleyball team is lighting up the Fishers Event Center this season. Tickets are on sale now and going fast. Join the fan firestorm in supporting these unbelievable female athletes and creating memories you won't forget. Get your tickets at IndyIgniteVB.com today.
From your favorite athletes to your favorite music, listen to everything you love and so much more with the free iHeartRadio app. From live play-by-play to your favorite game day anthems and the biggest sports podcasts in the world, the iHeartRadio app lets you take it all with you and stay connected to your favorite team wherever you go. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
When I hear it coming up like that, I just know that things are gonna end bad. La 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 la, I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it. La 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 la, I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it. La 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 la.
Pro Volleyball Federation Season 2. Tickets available now.
Lights, it's up! The Indy Ignite are taking over with nonstop action, athleticism, and an experience you will never forget. Indiana's first ever professional women's volleyball team is lighting up the Fishers Event Center this season. Tickets are on sale now and going fast. Join the fan firestorm in supporting these unbelievable female athletes and creating memories you won't forget. Get your tickets at IndyIgniteVB.com today.
NCAA women's volleyball has never been more electrifying. The action is non-stop. The energy is explosive. Experience the intensity live. Sign up for pre-sale news and more at ncaa.com/volleyball.
We got it next. That's how you finesse.
Women's Sports Night here in Vegas, and there are some terrific professional teams that call Vegas home. courtside, the two-time WNBA champ Aces, 2022, 2023 champs just honored during the break. And well, Victoria, we certainly have seen the growth of volleyball and basketball almost exponentially here in the last 5 years, but no more in women's volleyball than the college championships getting over 1 million viewers on ESPN and ABC, and then of course the championship all-star game here in the PVF getting almost 500,000 viewers on CBS 2 weeks ago.
Everyone watches women's sports, and the sold-out PVF all-star game is at the helm of that. We were on a Saturday matinee on CBS Sports, and not to brag, but we beat out featured MLS game and a pair of ACC men's basketball game with ratings surpassing the All-Star PVF game. Over 445,000 fans tuning in.
Meanwhile, the Professional Volleyball League garnering over 40% of its matches on national TV. They had a game on Roku tonight here in the PVF, CBS Sports Network, Fox Sports 1 and 2, and of course right here, wherever you're watching us tonight, as the third set ready to ignite. And what's funny about this matchup, Victoria, is these teams feel so similar. There's a little bit of veteran leadership, a setter that feels so secure, but then you've got the firepower of youth from the outsides to that middle two.
They really are a pretty balanced roster, and they're both 7 and 6. They're tightly matched coming into the back half of this season, so they're gonna have to really lock in on the rookies that are stepping out on the floor and making the difference. Oblad, of course, not a rookie at all, the veteran on your screen, but of course, number 10 in white for Vegas, Mary Schroll.
I love that conversation. Kendall White, who's unfortunately on the IR, able to guide these young liberos. Of course, White won the championship last year with Hilly and Omaha, and to just have her as a bit of an extra assistant coach, there is no more vocal bro in the country than Kendall White.
Oh, she is just a spark plug in the practice gym on the sideline for the Thrill. They're very lucky to have her on the roster. There's Teeler on your screen tonight hitting 263, 7 kills to her name. But it doesn't matter, any team that you look at in the PVF, you're gonna have the all-star names, you're gonna have the standout rookies that played in national championship matches, you're gonna have the big dogs from the Big Ten, the ACC, the SEC, and the mid-major athletes as well coming in. Hannah Maddox playing at South Alabama, and it really making waves here in the PVF.
I love that combination of the Blue Bloods and some of the lesser-known state schools, or those that should have went to a state school, as Jardine goes deep corner but just misses on the swing, so Indy's able to grab the first point here in the third set.
I like Jardine trying to paint the sideline there, just going a bit wide.
Anna DeBeer making just her second career start, number 2 overall pick. Steeler will tip over the block. Vegas dominated every aspect of that second set after Indy did the same in the first. So what we'll give here in the third. Jardine tries a drive-by, but misses a little short, so the Ignite lead 2-0.
Right now, Indy has their quarterback, Hilly, in the back row, so they have all 3 front row attackers available, and DeBeer on the big attack.
Hilly leads the league with over 11 assists per set, as the Thrill have ignited Indy to a 3-0 run with 3 attack errors unforced, as we're gonna see a quick timeout. Vegas uses one at just 3-0 to try to reset things here in the third set. We're gonna stay right here. And when you, as a player, you played for UC Irvine, all-conference honoree, Victoria, when you see your coach call a timeout that early, what is the conversation like? Because you're just coming out of a break.
You better get it together, is what he's saying. And calling a quick timeout. Point scoring's contagious, and we know that this game is a momentum-based ball game. You have to be able to lock it in, especially when it's a set apiece coming out of that big media timeout, rolling into the third set. Work for a first ball contact, attack the serve and serve receive. Allow your chance your side to have the opportunity to have a controlled high hand-to-ball contact. It's okay if you're not getting a perfect 3-option pass. Work for a 2-option pass and then chip away from there.
We won't see any changes for Vegas. They're going to keep the same 6 on the court. As you see, member Mena's numbers, a dominant first set, blocked 3 times though in the second set. For the conference's leader back at Pitt, she shocked people her entire college career as Jardine commits now Vegas's 4th consecutive attack error here in the third.
Jardine was an outstanding athlete at Utah, helped Utah go 2 rounds into the NCAA tournament this last season.
Strong serve for De Beer. And Oblad gives the fans here in Vegas a reason to cheer here in set 3.
When in doubt, you can always rely on Childress finding Oblad for a first ball side out opportunity. Oblad consistently up in the air on setter ball contact.
How about Martin out of Anderson, South Carolina, a small town outside Clemson. She went to Liberty and then transferred to Oklahoma where she was an all-SEC medal.
Martin is closing in on attacking 300 on the season because in the air she's able to turn the ball either high, cross court, or thumbs down.
Meanwhile, this was saved somehow. Childress didn't even know it, and it won't matter as Teeler cleans up the point. All Indy here to start the third.
Teeler continues to be so dynamic, has had a season-high 20 kills at Orlando at the beginning of February. And it's just copy and paste every single ball game. Talk about copy and paste. That first ball side out from Stout, up, available, and ready, creating nothing but opportunity.
9 kills now for the rookie Morgan Stout, a 5th round pick. How about these late draft picks for Vegas? Stout and Jardine, as member Mena started her career at Missouri, transferred over to Pitt, as you mentioned, led the Panthers to what was 4 straight Final Four runs for Dan Fisher's Panthers team out of the ACC.
First in school history for a women's team.
Maddox needing a kill, swipes the block, and Vegas certainly desperate for that side out.
Good use of that block by Maddox. She saw the ball out in front, swiping the block quickly, giving herself that opportunity to tool high hands.
She got the block touch, now has a 9th match this season with double-digit kills as Sydney Hilly gets herself in the attacking category with her first termination.
Hilly now with 28 kills on the season, hitting over 400 as a setter in the front row. She's dynamic. She's standing at 6 feet tall, which is a good stature for a setter. She's able to jump set up and over the top of that tape, run a quick offense, and be an offensive threat.
Thrower needing a run. All starts with that side out. And Schroll, her 9th dig. Scott will return the favor with her 8th dig, as this is saved by Jardine. Crawford, cross court. That stays alive, it's inside the antenna. De Beer with the defense in disarray ends the rally.
Great defensive grit from the Thrill, getting that ball back over, but Ignite doing what professionals do and utilizing a free ball. Who other than De Beer? What a dig. Jardine laying full extension out.
That was one of the best defensive plays of the season, and it turns into an Indy run as Maddox is blocked out of the back row and the Ignite race to 10, as we will see a double sub to give some of these Vegas players a break as the veteran Willow Johnson comes into the front row. The 2nd-year setter and Carly Graham file into the back row for the Thrill.
The Thrill are utilizing a 6-2 substitution, meaning that they will have 3 attackers in the front row instead of 2.
Graham comes off of a season high with 19 assists against Grand Rapids on Sunday. And a little bit of a pause might have ruined the momentum and the chemistry from member Mena's serve. So we'll see what Graham can do now. She really had her first playing time of the season on Sunday. Did well with 19 assists in those 8 digs. Great serve by Stout. Graham to Maddox, and Hannah's blocked again. Crawford jumping around.
The birthday girl celebrating that big block. Great disciplined vision from Crawford, being able to line up in front of that big attack and clamp down. Such a disciplined blocker. Her season high was 6 blocks with their win over Columbus back in January.
7-point lead. Willow Johnson explodes with the left arm.
Can you earn points off the bench? That's what the Thrill needs to do right now, and Johnson being able to whip away on the right side. She's using all of her stature and length, standing at 6'3".
Got that same left-handed firepower from her father, the Hall of Famer Randy Johnson, as Indy has been able to side out on these first balls. What starts the momentum from these visitors?
Well, it starts with a first ball contact, and they're able to get out of the rut and stop the momentum of the Thrill because of those first ball side outs.
12-5, still plenty of time in this set as another fastball catches the corner from Willow Johnson.
Johnson is not a rookie. She's played in Korea, she's played in Turkey, she played in Athletes Unlimited, and she is playing here in the PVF. What a swing, crushing lefty down the line.
She got to play under the bright lights of the PVF playoffs last year with San Diego. As now a soft touch in the middle gives Indy yet another first ball side out, as Lydia Martin has been red hot tonight.
We talked about middle production, and Martin is absolutely doing that right now for Indy, being up and available every single time.
5 kills on 6 swings for the rookie middle as Scott picks up her 10th dig. And then how about that for a ricochet rejection?
Great block from the Thrill, big momentum play.
They are certainly hoping so. As Stout's rotation into the front row comes, we take another look. Can Vegas avoid a side out? Big point here. Willow. She sent Teeler on skates there. Good pick up by Hilly. And Maddox sends it long. So we're seeing the first set Hannah Maddox here. Indy has doubled up Vegas as Carly Scott will once again serve for Martin, pushing Crawford into the front row.
Scott does a great job of mixing up her serve. She'll serve different seams or find short.
Graham on the slide, and Stout is blocked. Indy with 4 blocks already in this set.
Martin is locked in the middle. Pardon me, Crawford. Watch as she's able to track Stout across the tape and then just throw her hands directly in her attacker's window of opportunity.
Carly Graham was with Orlando last season. Always tough to go from one of the best setters in the world in Glass Childress. As Teeler splits the blockers, and Indy is fire-powering their way into the break, leading 16-7. Looking to take a 2-1 lead.
I'd like to see Maddox block cross, especially with Teeler on the pin out there. Feed down the line to your libero.
And so we will step away with Indy 9 points from a 2-1 lead. Don't miss out on all the fast-paced action of Vegas Thrill Volleyball. Make sure to purchase your tickets today. Group, individual, however you want it, go to vegasthrill.com as Vegas will head on to a road trip starting on Friday in Atlanta. They'll come on back towards the end of March, primed to potentially make a run at their first playoff appearance. And what a turnaround it's been. Vegas last place a season ago with 8 wins. If they were to win tonight, they would match their season total with just half the year to go.
Still a lot of volleyball left to be played. There's going to be quite the shuffle around in the back half of the PVF season.
Certainly expect Atlanta to make a run as Hannah Maddox gets a touch on that swing. 16-8.
Good first ball side out for the Thrill, being able to get out of that rotation. They had some difficulty there, bringing them into row 1.
So 11 kills for Maddox as Carly Graham continues her relief of Childress. But the attack errors continue to pile up. Vegas now with 9 attack errors in this third set. And we're gonna see a quick sub as Grace Loberg will spell Maddox. How about another Wisconsin Badger onto the floor to go with Crawford and Hilly?
Loberg's second year professionally playing. Played for San Diego Mojo last season.
Oh, and she serves it up to her former teammate in Crawford, who puts it away. 18-8. A dominant set here from Indy.
Indy really pressing the envelope at the service line. Teeler, a great float serve.
And so far, the chemistry between Carly Graham and her teammates have not been there, as Childress has been given a rest for this third set. And Vegas, I'm sure, just thinking about building some momentum into the fourth.
I expect Teeler to serve down the line at the stack, as she does.
Passed by Loberg. Willow Johnson will pick up her third kill on 3 swings.
Johnson played for the University of Oregon and is really showing us what a lefty can do on the right side. As a left-handed attacker on the right side, it really opens up another window of opportunity to beat the block inside.
Give and go with member Mena and Hilly. And Lekator, as dominant as this set has been for Indy, that's just her first kill of the third frame.
Member Mena getting up and utilizing that off-speed tip. She saw the defense was dug in on the side of the Thrill and utilized.
Indy has been the benefactor of a handful of errors this third set, aided by 4 blocks from the Ignite. But how about that swing from Willow Johnson? She's trying to earn her way into fourth set playing time.
Lefties do a really great job of beating the block inside on the right side. Johnson creating that opportunity by contacting the ball outside her attacking shoulder on this out-of-system play.
Stout will go down the line, down by 10 points. Make it 9 on the De Beer error. When you're down by this many, Victoria, what's the communication point between players? Are you just going 1 point at a time?
You have to create opportunity and momentum coming into the next set. You can't stop playing.
Back to De Beer. Pick up by Loberg. How about Willow Johnson? Another kill from the right side, as Willow has come off the bench and generated 5 terminations.
And out of system at that. Willow Johnson, a smart swing. She wasn't going up to try and crush the ball. She was just placing that placement, not power from her.
Vegas can get a few more here. Oblad with a solo block. You never know, momentum is very fragile at this level.
Especially with Stout at the service line. The rookie at Wichita State led the team in aces along with kills and blocks, and she has been steady at the service line for the Thrill.
And that creates a timeout from Indy. The Ignite leading by 10, down to 7 as we will step away here from Henderson. The middles looking to carry the Vegas Thrill here tonight as Stout with 9 kills, Oblad with 4. This broadcast brought to you by the Southern Nevada Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places as the Thrill on a 3-0 run behind these combo middles. We've seen Carly Graham come in to set this third set for Vegas. Potentially lining up for a healthy and rested Childress in set 4, as now for the first time tonight, we're gonna see the former Thrill libero Kylie Murr come in and serve. She's been supplanted by Elena Scott with the Bro jersey for Indy.
Murr played at Ohio State, owns the all-time dig record and dig per set.
And how about Willow Johnson? Talk about a coming out party following weeks without much production.
If you're able to earn points off the bench, that's a big momentum play, and Johnson's at the helm of that right now for the Thrill.
So Willow will serve, pushing Graham into the front row. Down by 7. Oh, and Willow gets targeted by Martin. How about Lydia Martin, Victoria? We look at these numbers, and the rookie has 6 kills on 8 errorless swings.
She led Oklahoma in total blocks for 2 straight seasons.
Back row to Johnson. And De Beer terminates. Indy 2 points away from an easy third set.
De Beer utilizing the block out in front of her. She saw it was close and finished her hand high to ball, swinging through all the way her body, ricocheting that block.
Mayfield's able to terminate there on the left side, 23-15.
Great fast arm by Mayfield, being able to step close, high hands, taking her to the back row. Look for Mayfield to run that big attack.
Picked up by Graham, out of system, out to Loberg. He misses wide. Vegas came into this set with 15 attack errors. They have committed 10 in this set alone. 9 set points coming for De Beer and the Ignite. Oblad will beat Scott down the line and keep this set going for the meantime.
That is Oblad's happy place, is the slide off of 1 foot. She creates a window of opportunity by keeping the ball on her right shoulder.
The winner of tonight's match will take 3rd place alone, and through 3 sets, Indy up 2 sets to 1 with strong sets 1 and 3. And so once again, Vegas will look to make adjustments as they switch sides. Backs against the wall, needing to win the 4th to force a 5th here on this Wednesday night. None of the 3 sets have been particularly close. You never know what you're gonna get on a night in the PVF.
Lights, it's up! The Indy Ignite are taking over with nonstop action, athleticism, and an experience you will never forget. Indiana's first ever professional women's volleyball team is lighting up the Fishers Event Center this season. Tickets are on sale now and going fast. Join the fan firestorm in supporting these unbelievable female athletes and creating memories you won't forget. Get your tickets at indyignitevb.com today.
We got it next. This how you finesse. We come for they necks.
Beautiful backswing. Ball blocked straight down. What a rocket out of the back.
Now they calling my phone, yeah, but I'm all in my zone. They not a threat. Tell them reset.
She is absolutely white hot. And a nice block on the
Yeah,
outside.
all on my own, yeah. Went and brought it back
What
home.
a final rally.
When I hear it coming up like that, I just know that things are gonna end bad. La 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 la. I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it. La 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 la. I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it. La 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 la.
Pro Volleyball Federation Season 2. Tickets available now.
Indy leads 2-1. And if you want to catch some of this fast-paced Vegas Thrill action, be sure to purchase your Vegas Thrill tickets on vegasthrill.com to get your tickets today. And you never know what you're going to see. Vegas, the queens of the five-setters, 4-0 this season, Victoria in five-setters. What do they need to do to force the fifth here tonight?
Establish a controlled first ball contact. We've been talking about it all game long. We talked about it before coming into tonight's match. Can you up that first ball contact just a little bit? And if you can't, can you create point scoring in out-of-system opportunities? We have Willow Johnson now starting here in the fourth set. She did a great job in set number 3, coming in off the bench, being that spark plug. Are they able to find right side production in this fourth set?
Those stats were brought to you by the Nevada Army National Guard, as Willow Johnson has earned the right to start this fourth set. Surprisingly, as has Carly Graham, so still no Alicia Childress here for Vegas after that blowout third set, as Lecator member Mena blows one by Schroll to start this fourth.
She's so quick. We've talked about it all game long. Member Mena creating opportunity on the pin.
9th kill on just 3 errors in member Mena's second match back from that ankle injury that cost her the All-Star match, as Allison Mayfield goes down the seam. Mayfield, to replace Charity Looper earlier in this match, has certainly risen to the occasion on the left side.
She has, and it's Graham giving her that opportunity. Perfect apex in that attacking window.
In system on a give and go, Mayfield able to pick up the All-Star and popped over by Oblak. Schroll tracks it. Out to Loberg. A lot of reserves on the floor for Vegas, trying to earn their keep. In system now for Hilly. A Johnny Teeler handled by Graham. And down the line goes Willow Johnson.
Great patience in that extended rally for the Thrill. It's Johnson in transition, create opportunity, high down the line, threading that needle in the block of Indy. Watches Johnson transitions out of this play. It's an out-of-system set on the pin. Big lefty swing down the line.
Now an overpass put away by Loberg, as Grace Loberg gets her first kill of the night.
The Thrill have been known to have those spark plugs coming in off the bench. They have a deep roster, and we're seeing it here, especially with Loberg.
Can Vegas do the same they did back in the second set, which was dominate at the service line and ride a hot hand, as Indy commits an error to give Vegas a 3-point edge.
Mayfield continuing to string points along at the service line for the Thrill. Great veteran serve, has that toss on her shoulder.
Quick to Crawford, popped up by Lober. Terrific Thrill defense here early in the fourth. A must-win set for Vegas. And it's sent long, but a touch created by Lecator there.
Member Mena getting a little bit lucky there on that touch. She'll take it though. It was good disciplined defense on the side of the Thrill.
So Indy finally able to get out of that point-scoring rotation from Vegas. But Oblad, either a missed hit or a perfectly placed inside-out shot.
What a set by Graham on the 10-foot line, feeding Oblad for that window of opportunity. That is an elite set to find your middle off the net.
Dumped over by Hilly, but red as Mayfield generates. Out to Member Mena. That is tight to the net, but Hilly will win the joust.
Setters always win that joust. They're able to contact the ball second, giving them the opportunity to win. Indy looking at their correct server. It's going to be Member Mena.
Yeah, Teeler grabbed that ball, Victoria, but Coach Pageant wisely stopped play, grabbed Lecator and said, it's your time to serve. Back to Johnson. Willow Johnson has come out possessed here in the last set and a half.
Nothing but tunnel vision from Johnson. She's showing us her variety of offensive threats, carving up the inside of the block, threading it high down the line.
It's a career high 8 kills. Check that, season high 8 kills for Willow, who had 22 in a match last season with San Diego.
I expect Graham to find Willow here in the back row as an offensive threat.
Serve is deep, and Vegas and Indy trade service errors here at 7-4 in the fourth.
With Mayfield rotating to the front row for the Thrill, I expect Graham to get her going, maybe run a couple different routes, a rip ball on the inside.
Strong serve by Loberg. Lydia Martin has not been blocked today as Hilly creates the reset. Look at that. Hands by Graham. Oh, too much power though as De Beer is able to blow it by Stout.
De Beer utilizing that block yet again for Indy Ignite. Very steady from De Beer on the pin. Ignite now with all 3 athletes, offensive threats in the front row.
Back to serve, the top setter in the PVF, Sydney Hilly, and she has played like it tonight. But Willow Johnson is trying to grab back that opposite spot.
There's that route we expected from Johnson in the back row, going outside in. Watch as she comes down the pipeline in using a hard cross body swing.
9 kills on 14 errorless swings for Willow Johnson. Now Teeler from the middle. That was dug by Stout as Graham is hustling all over the floor. Now Graham's gonna take a whack at it. This is saved, Carly Graham to the corner. Graham, a 2-time All-American at Rice. She ripped apart the Conference USA, but just a little too much there as Graham is having a chat after that point with Nikki Cathall. Do you have a guess of why?
I could expect her to maybe ask if the ball crossed the plane of the tape at one point in time.
So Indy will get the point, and the Ignite have been able to win some of these marathon points here this evening. Back row to Loberg. It's well long, and Indy pulls within 1. And a De Beer into the net, 9-7 Vegas in a must-win set. Now, Vegas has not gone to 5 sets in about a month. The last time they did was when they played Indy and won in a reverse sweep.
They feel very comfortable heading into a 5th set. Indy has to really lock in this 4th set because it is truly anybody's ball game when you come into that 15-point 5th set barn burner.
Vegas has cycled through a few athletes with Childress, Maddox, and Looper on the bench. As member Mena misses long. And we're gonna have a quick challenge here on a potential touch.
A pretty big challenge call here as Indy is challenging the touch. Thrill doing a great job of staying steady and chipping away 5 points at a time. Let's take a look here, challenging for a block touch. And Indy is going to get it. On Oblad's left hand there as she tried to close that block.
Carly Scott will come in for Martin to serve. Scott, who picked up her first ace of the season earlier tonight. One of 7 Big Ten players on this Ignite team. Oh, Graham tried a little swipe by, but got blocked by the top of the tape, and we're tied at 9.
Point-for-point action as Scott goes back to the end line. We know that she likes to go line to line on her serve, taking out the front row outside. Currently, Allison Mayfield for the throw.
Willow inside the antenna and absolutely flame-throwing her way to a Vegas Thrill 10-9 lead.
Graham doing a great job of just finding Willow's window of opportunity. Willow showing us all varieties of her offense.
Teeler blocked, and the throw needed that one.
Loberg clamping in on that block, does a great job of using her vision as a blocker at the net, going ball setter, ball hitter.
11-9 Vegas, 6 kills as you can see there for Berkeley. Out to Teeler. Indy has threats in every area as member Mena able to tool off the block of Johnson for her 12th kill.
Member Mena just continues to create opportunities. She does a really great job of seeing high hands out in front. That's something that these athletes rep out. We like to bring in a boogie board during practice when I'm coaching with my club team with SCVC. We'll implement a closed block with a boogie board, and you just hit that board out in front, tooling it. Member Mena doing a great job.
Out to Willow. That one might have been a better set for a right-hander. How good has Schroll been defensively here tonight? And a low set to Oblad, hit into the middle of the net, and we're tied at 11.
That was the right set in transition for the Thrill, but the set was just a bit low. I expect Graham to find Oblad here again for this first ball side out.
13 assists for Carly Graham here in a set and a half. Good cover there. And a great dig by Carly Graham, making up for it on her defense. But the tip into the campfire by member Mena gives Indy the lead.
Point-for-point action as teams are utilizing block touches and making defensive plays. Member Mena coming into that campfire with that off-speed shot. She mixes up her tools every single opportunity.
Now Mayfield with an attack error on a set to the back row.
Set looked a bit low from my point of view. I would like to see Graham to try and lead her back row attackers just a bit more.
Vegas with just one backup setter, so if Childress is not healthy, Graham's the only option. As now another ball is blocked. That's 3 consecutive blocks for Indy to go with a few attack errors, and it'll create a timeout on the floor. Let's take a look.
Great close block by Indy. Member Mena delaying and then reaching and swatting that ball back into the court because she keeps her hands out in front.
We're gonna stay right here. Take a look at the block numbers, and just through 3.5 sets, those are some gaudy numbers.
They really are. 9 blocks for Indy, 8 for the Thrill. Disciplined blocking starts with your vision. It goes ball setter, ball hitter. You can't guess, you have to read and react. And specifically for pin blockers, you have to make sure that you're finishing your move back in towards the court, because if you don't, you're gonna get used and you're gonna get tooled. And for middles, you have the hardest job defensively on the court. You got to close to both pins and also find the big, find the middle on the other side. So middles have to do a really great job of reading and reacting, having a quick first step in their movement laterally to close those blocks.
Too bad we don't have that conversation mic'd up between Childress and Graham. Coach Melody Nua also getting in on that setter conversation to try to restart a run for Vegas.
Still plenty of opportunity here for the Thrill.
And Childress will check back in now. So Vegas gets their all-star setter back. She was taken out early in the 3rd set. Opportunity was given for Carly Graham. How about this? 9 of Graham's 13 assists went to Willow Johnson, so they had quite the connection.
They really did, and what a play for Graham to come in and really get the offense going. And of course, a first ball side out. Childress finding another assist, 2nd in the league in total.
Grace Loberg certainly happy to see a set that was put on target. 14-12 the score here in the 4th set, and Vegas with a rejuvenated. Ooh, that one just wide, so Indy will get to 15, but what kind of difference does it make, Victoria, to have Childress back on the floor? She looked a little tired. She had a couple of those marathon points. They took her out. Now she's more rested.
Well, she's a veteran, and she can play this game with her eyes closed. So I expect Childress to come into this ball game and just continue to create opportunities. She's 2nd in the league in assists for a reason.
How about a dig there from Alicia, but a put down by DeBeer. So we will take a break. Anna DeBeer generates her 6th kill. And Indy, 16-12 the lead here in Vegas. Take a look at that Louisville duo on the right. Meanwhile, the Vegas Thrill return home on Sunday, March 30th at Lee's Family Forum, taking on the San Diego Mojo. Military Appreciation Night with beanies as a giveaway for fans. Come early and see our military display with special ceremonies sponsored by the Nevada Army National Guard, as the 9-year pro in Alicia Childress looking to lead Vegas back to the 5th set, where they have been the best team in the Professional Volleyball Federation in 5 setters. Stout into the tape, and Indy leads 17-12. Make sure to stick with us following the match for our post-game interview with the player of the match. And there are a couple Ignite players dueling for that right as Lecator member Mena with an ace there, pulling Indy within 7 as Vegas calls a timeout.
An unlucky ace. The Thrill have to be able to find a first ball side out coming in out of this timeout.
So with just a 6-point deficit, Victoria, what do you think the focal point of this conversation is from Coach Ramon?
Hold Indy at 18, earn a first ball side out, chip away to 15, and try to earn momentum points, whether it's a block, whether it's putaways, maybe double load the left side of the court offensively or double load the right side of the court. Great one-on-one opportunities for your attackers.
We've seen Grace Loberg come off the bench, play some big-time moments today. No Cameron Hanna today. She got the night off for Vegas. Charity Looper was pulled early for Allison Mayfield, and this is such a deep roster for Vegas. Really an opportunity for some of the reserves to show off tonight.
And there's Loberg out of Wisconsin, 2 years professionally under her belt. She's put up some serious numbers for the Thrill this season, earned a double-double versus Omaha earlier this season.
Loberg, who spent some time as a Big Ten network analyst after her playing time at Wisconsin, now a second-year pro here in the PVF. To the right side in Johnson. As Teeler off the tape and wide. Now, Victoria, how can you as Vegas try to avoid tallying up these errors?
You just have to try and get 1% better. So you can't try to do everything at one time. It's picking one thing and focusing in, whether it's your passing, whether it's your feet to ball offensively. Try to just control one thing that you can do.
44 errors tonight for Vegas. How about that? Ricochet defense to keep the point going. Schroll has been a bright spot, 15 digs, as Loberg is blocked again. Got to give credit to Indy, the Ignite, who struggle on the road, 1-5 away from Fishers. A full-on dominating effort here in sets 3 and 4.
Indy really needed to find that sense of urgency on the road, and they have found it.
Down the line goes Johnson. She has been brilliant with 11 kills.
Johnson is lethal on the right side with that high line attack. She uses her entire core to crunch down, threading the line.
The veteran out of Arizona, All-American with Oregon, picks up a dig now and right back. Slide for Crawford. It's got to start here for Vegas if they want to creep towards 20, and it will come out of system.
Can you create opportunities out of system? That's what the Thrill have to do right now, because right now you're not in system. How do you score points? It's gonna be out of system. So attack high hands, attack inside the seam, maybe find the campfire.
Meanwhile, Willow a little quick to trigger there, as Indy found some perspiration on the floor with Nikki Cathell as our head referee tonight with the PVF. As we've mentioned, both of these teams with a slight lead over Atlanta try to cling on to that 4 spot. Vegas will go to Atlanta on Friday. The winner of that match will own that 4th spot. So this is not certainly something that you look into today and you harbor on it. No, you have a 4 a.m. wake up tomorrow, get to the arena and head down to Georgia to take on the Vibe, a team that Vegas has not beaten yet. Indy will have a few days and then travel to Atlanta for a Sunday tilt as this swing down the line gives the Ignite 21.
And that's just business at the end of the day in the PVF. You're playing professional sport. You're gonna have to hit the road at 4 a.m. the next morning and fly across the country. That's what professional sports is, and that's what's happening. These athletes are no stranger to it by playing high-level Division I volleyball. And there's a first ball side out from Stout, doing what she does so well, the rookie out of Wichita.
And so we saw a lot of Stout early in this match. What do you think created her ability to really break out here tonight?
Well, she's just steady because of where her elbow and hand is when she's contacting the ball, and she creates that space with the ball out in front.
Martin off the tape. She has had a perfect night in the middle for Indy. DeBeer powers one down the seam, and the lead is back to 7.
DeBeer with authority. The rookie playing like a well-seasoned veteran for Ignite. I expect a long, prestigious professional career for DeBeer.
Four-time All-American with Louisville. Teammates with Elena Scott and Charity Looper. Great dig by Hilly, but it will not be kept up by Scott, and Vegas is keeping themselves within striking range here late in the fourth.
Coming into the red zone, Vegas has to really utilize a disciplined offense, create opportunities in transition right now. The Thrill have Childress setting in the front row, so watch for her to spread that offense running Oblad behind.
Stout down the seam. Pick up by Johnson. But another block generated by Martin.
Martin does a really great job of her hand placement when she's blocking in the middle. She's not reaching, having narrow hands, trying to grab the ball inside. She keeps her left and right hands separate, solidifying different seams on the net.
2 points away from the victory here on the road, and a key 8th win for Indy. Great pickup by Hilly. She has been flawless. And a swing by Mayfield gets Vegas the side out.
Mayfield, nothing but steady on the pin. Great high hands for her. This is one of the strongest rotations offensively for the Throw.
Over to Member Mena. Right side to Johnson. That sharp angle has been unstoppable for number 4.
Johnson has options offensively. We talked about her hitting high line, but what about sharp cross? Even with 2 up, tagging Teeler on the inside, saying you're it.
23-18. Lydia Martin has still not committed an attack error as this resilient offense. There is no stopping. It's Teeler, it's Member Mena, it's these middles, and now match points come.
The middle production creates that one-on-one opportunity for the pins in Member Mena and Teeler.
Mayfield off the block. She'll keep the match going for the time being.
With Mayfield now in the back row, we know that she has the steady serve. She was able to get on a run before. I expect Johnson to find high hands.
Vegas will need to dig deep. As Crawford puts the finishing touch on the Indy win as the Ignite for the second week in a row defeat Vegas in 4.
Crawford, the birthday girl, sending this one home for Indy Ignite. Had a great showing in the middle, was steady offensively, it was steady defensively. Indy Ignite took care of business. They're living the road dog life right now, flying from Omaha to Vegas, and really is showing the maturity. Even with all their veterans, with their rookies on the court, they're able to make plays, and we're just steady throughout the evening.
We're going to step away. Come on back with our post-match show next. It's a final here in Vegas as Indy wins their 8th match of the season, moves into 3rd place alone. And we are joined now courtside with our Nevada Army National Guard player of the match. A look at the numbers from the all-star starting setter in Sydney Hilly. We're so happy to be joined by Sydney now. And, well, Sydney, when you go on the road, we talked all night about how tough it is to play on the road. What was the difference maker here tonight?
Yeah, so we've actually never won a road match that we've had to fly to. So we are really trying to play the way we do at home on the road. And it can be really tough. But I'm so proud of the way we came out tonight. And well, second set, we had a little bit of dip, but we bounced back, and I'm just really proud of our team, and hopefully we can carry that momentum going forward.
And how important was it to get Lekator back and obviously add Anna?
Yeah, obviously super important. We're such a deep team, and it's a good problem to have. I'm really just proud of every single one of my hitters, even the ones that are on the bench, because they're so good in practice, and they make everybody better.
Running an offense, what's one piece of advice for a junior player that wants to play at that next level?
I'd say watching film is huge. Like game prepping, like watching what the other team does on the block, and then just a lot of communication with your hitters and being open to feedback.
What's something we established middles, Indy Ignite established the middles, opening up opportunities one-on-one for your attackers. What are you looking at when you're running the X's and O's offensively?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for us is we're the best when we're balanced and when I can get everyone involved in the offense. And my passers did an amazing job of putting me in positions where I could set everybody. And when I can set everyone and everyone can score, we're really difficult to defend.
The last question here for you, Sydney. We had a ton of those marathon rallies, 10, 15-point, constant comeback. What's the biggest thing in terms of when you can win one? Let's take a look here at one of the final points of the match as well. What's going through your mind in one of the longer rallies?
I think just trying to get advantage of the rally, and you got to stay disciplined throughout the whole thing. It's really easy to maybe take a breath and not be as disciplined, but you really got to dig in, be ready for the weird stuff, and I think we did a really good job of that tonight.
Well, you got to head across the country, but you got a few days off. A big one against Atlanta on Sunday. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
We're going to wrap things up for Doria Dennis. I'm Daniel Gilman saying so long from Henderson as Indy wins it in 4. And both of these teams will battle once again on April 14th on Roku, as this has been a presentation of the Professional Volleyball Federation.